So, great. So, hey guys, welcome to my video for today. So in this video today, I'm gonna have a 30-minute speaking for myself. But before that, let me go to the internet for finding the Google Meet and to join the instant meeting and to join the instant meeting and for upload video on YouTube. Right, so I think that is a good idea, right? So now let me go to YouTube. Then we just say that slide is just gonna be so we're gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna change to this account. Wait, what is this one? Particle. So there are a lot. I have Taylor Swift and Full Garden. What is three magnetic go myself, so I have to find it, right? Lemon 3. Actually, I have Unity support. I have to worry about that. Lemon 3 cover by Julia is the best thing for me. And for remember, I'm gonna do this for my stuff. And I'm not gonna say that the flip over effect is bad. It is good for me because I don't really need it anymore. I'm gonna turn it off. Then for those excuses, I think that's not a good idea for me though. I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna go here for double checking. Actually, I know how to do that. Actually, just keep it in case that I don't know how to do that. Just keep it. So this one I'm okay with that. This one I'm okay with that. So mostly that I feel I'm okay with that. Then I'm gonna go to YouTube channel. Actually, what is this one for? So what is this one? That's it. I don't really care about that. Just alright. I think that it is a good idea for me if I really want to do that. Then I wanna go. Actually, what should I do now? I have this one, so I just go to turn off this one. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. Oh, I'm checking check that video. Oh my god. Then I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna change it to my stuff. If I really want to do that. Then I think I'm gonna upload the first 3 video. It's gonna be here. It's gonna be it's not there. Then it's gonna be here. It's gonna be here. It's gonna be this one. And this one is gonna be 1 16. Next publish, close, create, upload video, save file. Number 2. And it's gonna be 2. Next, publish, then done. Then create, and then upload video, save files. Number 3, then post it here. That's gonna be sorry. It's gonna be 16. Next, public 90. Put it like that. Okay. So for now, I think that I wanna put the pen. I'm gonna put the pen inside my mouth. I wanna put a pen inside my mouth. If I can feel the pain. If I can feel the pain. So now I want to put the pain if I can feel. So now I want to put the pain if I can feel the pain. So now I'm going to put the pain if I can feel the pain. So now I'm going to put the pen inside my mouth if I can really feel the pain. The pain is in my mouth if I can really feel the pain. So now I'm going to put the pen inside my mouth if I can really feel the pain. I can read it separately. I think that is a good idea for me though. I think that is a good idea for me, a good stuff that I have improved a lot for the last probably 3 days, and I think that it is a good idea for me if you really want to do so. So never give up and just keep going. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this pen. So now I'm gonna put this pen. So now I'm gonna put this pen inside my mouth. So now I'm gonna put this pen. So now I'm gonna put this pen inside my mouth. So now I'm gonna put this pen. So now I'm gonna put the pen inside my mouth. So now I'm gonna put this pen inside my. So now I'm gonna put this pen inside my mouth. So now I'm gonna put this pen inside my mouth for reading those papers. Actually, it should be two of them. So I'm gonna choose like this one. This one I'm gonna read it with a pen inside my mouth. I wanna put this one out. I'm gonna read that one and this one. Actually, what do I want? Okay, so let's do that. The dinner party. Mona Grana. The country is India. A colonial official and his wife are giving a large dinner party. They are seated with their guests, army officers and government at a chair in their wives, and a visiting American naturalist in their spacious dining room, which has a bare marble floor, open rafters and white glass doors opening onto a veranda. A spirited discussion springs up between a younger who insists that humans have outgrown the jumping on a chair at the side of a mouse era, and a colonel who says that they haven't. A woman's unfailing reaction in any crisis, the colonel says, is to scream, and while the man might feel like it, he has the ounce more of nerve function than a woman has, and that last ounce is what counts. The American does not throw any argument, but watches the other guest. As he looks, he sees a strange expression come over the face of the hostess. She is staring straight ahead, her muscles contracting slightly. With a slight gesture, she remarks the native boy standing behind her chair and whispers to him. The boy's eyes widen. He quickly leaves the room. Of the guests, none except the American notice this or sees the boy place a bowl of milk on the veranda just outside the open doors. The American cars to the start. In India, milk in the bowl means only one thing: wait for a snack. He realized there must be a copper in the room. I don't know what copper means. I'm not sure the copper meaning. Oh, a snack? Alright. Uh, and the boy with red on the wall. He realized there must be a copper in the room. He looks up at the rafters. The lightless lights, but they are bare. Three corners of the room are empty. And in the first the servants are waiting to serve the next course. There's only one place left, under the table. His first impulse is to jump up and warn the others, but he knows the commotion would frighten the copper into striking. He speaks quickly, the tone of his voice so arresting that it sobers everyone. I want to know just what control everyone at this table has. I will count to 300. That's 5 minutes. And not one of you and not one of you is to move Moscow. Those who move will forfeit 50 rupees. Ready? But the 20 people sit like a stone images while he counts. He is saying 280. Once out of the corner of his eye, he sees a cobra emerge and make for the bowl of milk. Screams ring out as he zooms to slam the veranda doors and safely shut. You were right, Colonel, rehearsed a cloud. A man had just shown on earth a resemble of perfect control. Just a minute, the American says, turning to his daughter. Miss Werner, how did you know that Copra was in the room? A faint smile lights up the woman's face as she replies, uh, because, uh, because it was crawling across my foot. There was once a young man who was said to be the most stubborn person in town, and a young woman who was said to be the most stubborn woman in town. And of course, they somehow managed to fall in love and get married. After the wedding ceremony, they had a big party in their house, which lasted all day. Eventually, all the friends and relatives could eat no more, and one by one, they all went home. The bride and groom collapsed from exhaustion, and the boy sat down onto a big, comfortable chair and started to relax. When the husband noticed that the last guest to leave had not shut the door after him, "My dear," he said, "would you mind getting up and shutting the door? There's a draft coming in." "Why should I shut it?" Yawned the wife. "I've been on my feet all day, and I just sat down. You shut it. So that's the way it's gonna be?" snapped the husband. "Just as soon as you get a ring on your finger, you turn into a lazy, good for nothing." "How dare you?" shouted the wife. We haven't even been married a day, and already you're calling me names and ordering me around. I should have known this is the kind of husband you would turn out to be." "Nah, nah, nah," grumbled the husband. "Must I listen to your complaining forever? And must I always listen to your complaining and whining? asked, 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 asked the wife. They sat glaring at each other for a full 5 minutes. Then an idea popped into the wife's head. The wife's head. Then an idea popped into the wife's head. My dear, the wife's, my dear, the wife said. Neither of us want to shut the door, and both of us are tired of hearing the other's voice. So I propose a context. The one who speaks first must get up and shut the door. It's the best idea I've heard all day, replied the husband. Let us begin now. So they made themselves comfortable each on a chair and sat face to face without saying a word. And without saying a word. They had been that way for about 2 hours when a couple of thieves with a cart passed by and saw the door open. They crept into the house, which seemed perfectly deserted, and began to steal everything they could lay their hands on. They took tables and chairs, pulled painting off the walls, and even rolled up carpets. All through the talk, the husband and the wife remained silent. I can't believe this, thought the husband. They'll take everything we own, and she won't make a sound. Why doesn't he call for help? The wife suddenly asked herself. Is he just going to sit there while they steal whatever they want? Eventually, the thieves noticed the silent, motionless couple and mistaking them for wax figures, shifting for their jewelry, watches, wallets, and cell phones. All during this, neither husband or wife moved or made a sound. The thieves hurried away with their loot, and the silent couple sat through the night. At dawn, at dawn, at dawn, um, at dawn, the policeman walked by the house this and noticed the open door. He stuck his head into the open doorway and yelled, "Oi, oi, oi! What's going on here? Is everything okay?" But of course, neither husband or wife made a sound. "Now see here," yelled the policeman. "I am an officer of the law. Who are you? It is your house. What happened to all your furniture?" And still getting no response from the silent couple. The policeman raised his hand to box the man's ears. "Don't you dare!" shrieked the wife. Shrieked. "Don't you dare!" shrieked the wife. Shrieked. Shriek. Shrieked the wife. Shrieked the wife, jumping to her feet. "That's my new husband, and if you lay a finger on him, you will have me to answer to." "I won't," yelled the husband, clapping his hands and jumping about. "Now go shut the door." "Hobbyist, I heard a rumor," Sandstone said, "to the effect that you—" He turned his head and looked about him to make absolutely sure. Hobbyist. I heard a rumor, Sexton said, to the effect that you. He turned his head and looked about him to make absolutely sure that he and the doggers were alone in the tiny Egyptian pharmacy. The doggers were a gnome like not gentlemen who could have been any age, from 50 to 100. They were alone, but Sexton dropped his voice just the same. To the effect that you have completely undetectable poison, the druggist nodded. He came around the counter and locked the front door of the shop, then walked toward a doorway behind the counter. I was about to take a coffee break, he said. Come with me and have a cup. Shannon followed him around the counter and through the doorway back, a room ringed by shelves of bottles from floor to ceiling. The druggist plugged in an electric church later found two cups and put them on a table that had a chair on either side of it. He motioned Sandstone to one of the chairs and took the order himself. Now, he said, tell me, whom do you want to kill and why? Does it matter? Sandstone asked. Isn't it enough that I pay for? The druggist interrupted him with an upraised hand. Yes, it matters. I must be convinced that you deserve what I can give you. Otherwise, he shrugged. All right, Sandstone said. The whom is my wife. The wife, he started the long story. Before he had quite finished, the page later had finished its task. The druggist briefly interrupted to get a coffee for them. Sandstone finished his story. The little druggist nodded. Yes, I occasionally dispense an undetectable poison. I do so freely, I do not charge for it. If I think the case is deserving, I have helped many murders. Fine, Sandstone said. Please give it to me, then. The druggist smiled at him. I already have. By the time the coffee was ready, I had decided that you deserved it. It was, as I said, free, but there's a price for an antidote. Sandstone turned pale, but he had anticipated not this, but the possibility of a doubt crossed or some form of blackmail. He pulled a pistol from his pocket. The little druggist choked. You can't do that. Can you find the antidote? He waved at the shelves among those thousands of bottles, or would you find a faster, more virulent poison? Or if you think I'm bluffing that you're not really poisoned, go ahead and shoot. You know the answer within 2 hours when the poison starts to work. How much for the antidote? Sandstone growled. Quite reasonable, $1,000. After all, a man must live. Even if his body, if his hobby is preventing murder. There's no reason. Uh, wait a minute. Uh, 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 so remember, if his puppy is preventing murders, there's no reason why he shouldn't make money at it, is there? Sandstorm growled and put the pistol down, but returned it and took out his wallet. Maybe after he had the antidote, he'd still use that pistol. He counted out $1,000 in $100 bills and put it on the table. The druggist made no immediate move to pick it up. He said, "And one other thing, for your wife's safety and mine, you will write a confession of your intention, the formal intention. I judge to murder the wife. Then you will fight till I go out and mail it to a friend of mine on the homicide detail. He'll keep it as evidence in case you ever do decide to kill your wife, or me, for what matter. When that is in the mail, it will be safe for me to return here and give you the antidote. I'll get you the paper and pen. Oh, one other thing. Although I do not absolutely insist on it, please have spread the word about my undetectable poison. Will you? One never knows, Mr. Sandstorm. Your life we can save. If you have any enemies, just might be your own." Okay, so I think that I'm gonna put this pen out and I'm gonna read this one again. But before that, I have to have a chat with my mom because right, alright, basically like this. Then let's start my work. I heard a rumor, Sandstorm said, to the effect that you. He turned his head and looked about him to make absolutely sure that he and the druggist were alone in the tiny prescription pharmacy. The druggist was a gnome-like nerd little man who could have been any age from 50 to 100. They were alone, but Sandstorm dropped his voice just the same, to the effect that you have completely undetectable poison. The druggist nodded. He came around the counter and locked the front door of the shop, then walked toward a doorway behind the counter. I was about to take a coffee break. He said, "Come with me and have a cup." Sandstorm followed him around the counter and through the doorway to a back room ringed by shelves of bottles from floor to ceiling. The druggist plugged in an electric persuader, found two cups and put them on the table that had a chair on either side of it. He motioned Sandstorm to one of the chairs and took the other himself. "Now," he said, "tell me, whom do you want to kill and why?" Let's stop for a minute. I have to chat with my mom. "Does it matter?" Sandstorm asked. "Isn't it enough that I pay for?" The druggist interrupted him with an unbraced hand. "Yes, it matters. I must be convinced that you deserve what I can give you. Otherwise," he shrugged. "All right," Sandstorm said. "The whom is my wife. The why." He started the long story. Before he had quite finished, the persuader had finished its task, and the druggist briefly interrupted to get the coffee for them. Sandstorm finished his story. The little druggist nodded. Yes, I occasionally dispense an undetectable poison. I do so freely, I do not charge for it. If I think the case is deserving, I have helped many murders. Fine, Sandstorm said. Please give it to me, then. The druggist smiled at him. I already have. By the time the coffee was ready, I had decided that you deserve it. It was, as I said, free, but there is a price for the antidote. Sandstorm turned pale, but he had anticipated not this, but the possibility of double um, uh, double cross for some form of blackmail. He pulled a pistol from his pocket. The little druggist jaw. You daring? What is pistol? I don't know that. What is pistol? Pistol. Oh, oh, oh! It is a gun. Fine, Santom said. Please give it to me then. The druggist smiled at him. I already have, but by the time the coffee ready, I have decided to do so. But there is a price for the antidote. Sandstorm turned pale, but he had anticipated not this, but the possibility of a double cross for or some form of blackmail. He pulled the pistol from his pocket. Oh, that's really good. The little druggist choked. You daren't use that. Can you find the antidote? He waved at the shelves. Among those thousands of bottles, or would you find a faster, more violent poison? Or if you think I'm bluffing that you are not really poisoned, go ahead and shoot. You will know the answer within 3 hours when the poison starts to work. How much for the antidote? Sandstorm growled. Quite reasonable, $1,000. After all, a man must live. Even if his hobby is preventing murders, there's no reason why he shouldn't make money at it, is there? Sandstorm growled and put the pistol down, but within reach and took out his wallet. Maybe after he had the antidote, he'd still use that pistol. He counted to $1,000 into $100 bills and put it on the table. The druggist made no immediate move to pick it up. He said, "And one other thing, for your wife's safety and mine, you write a confession of your intention, your former intention, and just to murder your wife. Then you will wait till I go out and mail it to a friend of mine on the homicide detail. He'll keep it as evidence in case you ever do decide to kill your wife or me for that matter. When that is in the mail, it will be safe for me to return here and give you the antidote. I'll get you the paper and pen. Oh, one other thing. Although I do not absolutely insist on it, please help spread the word about my undetectable poison, will you? One never knows, Mr. Sandstone, the life you save, the life you save, the life you, the life you save, the life, the, the life you save. If you have any enemies, just might be your own. Alright, so I think that's the end of this for today. It's mostly it is ending for today, right? So I want to move to the French speaking. Alright, so bye guys, and see you in the French speaking stuff. But before that, let me finish those because I really want to finish it, right? Who doesn't want to do that? Because I really want to finish it, and then I want to put it, to have it on time. I really want to do that. So 1, 2, and 3, and then I just do like that. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go here. It's gonna be 46, right? And then it should be 47, I think. 45, so 46. So this one it should be 47. 47. Next publish. Then the next one should be 48. This next one should be 48. It's gonna be 48. The last one should be 49. Close, create, upload video, select files. It's gonna be this here, and this one's gonna be 49. Next public. Not pretty sure. Oh, 49. It should be 49. And I'm mostly done. So alright. So bye guys. Have a good day and see you in the 20 minutes speaking French. Alright, bye.